All right, guys, we're at the airport here today with the Challenger and got Justice here, my little boy, and then we have baby birds. They are alive, but they are in the toolbox and ready for flight, hopefully soon. Today's video is not anything too important, but we're gonna do a test flight with the bag. As you can see, I switched it to this side. I had it over here before. I had a few people reach out to me and they're like, why don't you just mount it on that side? For some reason, I had this whole thought process that I had to like do the fuel from that side because that's where I've always done it from, but I can fuel from over here. I just gotta be careful of my throttle. You can see I've got my fuel. This is the 5 gallons. This is the 3 gallons. This is the giant loop bag. That's all in there secured. I know it looks kind of wonky, but I have another, it's secured, so it's good. This is just gonna be because I'm flying right now. If I'd like this setup, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some zip ties on it for the long trip. Also, you're probably gonna think this is overkill, but I have literally the seat that's normally there, the seat that's here, and then part of Ray's Kit Fox, and then this foam pad. And guys, if you're a Challenger person, you know, but the Challenger is definitely not the most comfortable for long trips. So I'm attempting to make this to where it's more comfortable. So right now, I'm going to do that flight. I did do a pre-flight yesterday, but I'm gonna do another pre-flight because you always should. And then after that, then we'll probably throw Justice in the plane. And then I wanna try, I found with the Bose headsets that, I don't know if it's because when it's on the, that one mode, noise canceling, it seems to mess with the audio in my videos. So we're gonna take them. We have 2 pairs of A20s because Robert has let me hold on to his pair, so I have both A20s there. So I'm gonna get everything installed in the plane. Justice is trying to avoid the camera because he forgot his hat and he looks, his hair is crazy. But I'm a pre-flight and we'll get this thing going. And then also I'm probably gonna have Justice do some like flyby montage video while I'm doing the testing of this. So as of right now, I plan on going Saturday to the Airplanes and Coffee in Ardmore, Oklahoma. Yesterday, it showed the winds at 21 at 2,500 feet. So I'd have a 21 knot tailwind there, and then an 18 by the time I return midday. And yeah, so I'll show that right now with the iPad, but this morning it was down a little bit, but it's gone back and forth all week. So I will make the go or no-go decision Friday night. And then obviously the real no-go decision will be, or go or no-go decision will be Saturday morning when I recheck that weather for the day. Now, I know you're like, John, you were gonna camp and that's the whole point of this. And the problem with that is when I had made the decision to camp, it was also 89 degrees outside. And I thought, well, this is probably gonna be the trend for the summer. Well, we shot all the way up to 100. I don't think I'm gonna be able to camp in 100-degree temp. But the gentleman who owns that river property, the airfield on the river, he reached out and said, hey, I'm putting together a fly-in, so you have to come back up for that. Hopefully it's more like around fall or even wintertime or whatever. And then we can go up there and we can camp. So in this trip, I'm probably gonna go round trip, but I am gonna take this because it has my oil, my clothes, the oil stuff and fuel filter, not fuel filter, but the spigot for the bag, then, you know, an extra headset. And of course I'll have all my stuff in there for like brushing my teeth and whatnot. And what I would do is if it's just the weather's too bad, is I would just shoot it over to Durant, Oklahoma, and then I would get a hotel room. So right now that's the plan. Also, I'm gonna put up on the screen right now, I'm trying to acquire these 2 tanks. They're the tanks that go here. So I'm supposed to meet that guy tomorrow, and hopefully I can acquire them, and then I'll have another project putting wing tanks on here. They are not going to be permanently installed. I will have something set up to where they can be here and then removed. And they do hold 5 gallons. I would probably only put like 3 or 4 gallons in them just for the safety factor. But even if I could just put the 8 gallons I have in the back seat back here, then that means I can put a person or more camping gear back here. So, and during the winter time, I know my little buddy here is going to want to go. So, yeah, so that's the plan. I'm going to pre-flight, and then we're going to see how that thing does. Hopefully it doesn't make too much racket back there. Guys, I'm resetting my camera so that I can actually see my bag here. Kind of see how it does during the flight. Even though this is in the way, but should be able to get a good look at it. Back up to 230. You're not going to need this? No, I can do that.
Hello, hello. Let's see here. Those are up. Hello, 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 hello. Alright. Not sure how well you guys are hearing me. This is the GoPro 9, and I'm not going to turn the noise canceling on right now. One problem I find already is that the seat's lifting me up so much that my head is hitting the top of the airplane, so some turbulence, that might be interesting. This is the first time I'm flying with my cell phone right here too. Gotta make sure that's all cinched down, and it is. And again, this is just an exploratory flight to see how the padding does. To see how I would feel for this trip. I'll tell you what, my head is hitting that a lot. That sucks. And Vakamu, Yellow Experimental 685 Bravo is gonna back taxi 18 Vakamu. Alright, traffic is clear. I don't think he's home. Yeah, he's going to be doing a lot of stuff to this runway. I came out here yesterday.
Say again?
I'm just getting a radio check.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, that's really annoying, hitting my head up there. But yeah, I just want to see how that stuff works back there, and I'm going to have to put another zip tie there, keep that on my way. It's weird being up this tall. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I am just too close to the top. Alright, here we go. Hope I don't bump and hit my head too much right there. And Vakamu, Yellow Experimental 685 Bravo is going to be departing 18, and I'll be left close traffic, Vakamu. The density altitude is really high. That was really hard to climb. The plane actually landed a few times.
Juliet, 7 miles east. Finding left downwind for 18 Gainesville, full stop.
And Vakamu, Yellow Experimental 85 Bravo is going to be left base to final 18, Vakamu. I'm just going to do a flyby here. Man, I can't believe I couldn't climb, couldn't get... The density altitude's only like 2,800 feet right now, but I have a lot of stuff in here, you know? Well, guys, the whole point was to see this bag and see how this worked. And I'll be able to review the footage and then the footage Justice took and see how it looks. But, oh my gosh, guys. I cannot believe my performance with this stuff. It's not good at all. I need to get a plane that can handle the density altitude.
Quick traffic down Helicopter 421, short final, runway 18, touch and go, and then a right turn out, and a right downwind departure.
Get rid of those guys, good lord. I don't have anybody in my pattern, so I'm okay. I'm actually landing this time, so I might as well extend it a little bit. That really blows my mind. How, golly, I could not get off the ground. And I'm like 229 this morning. I am full of fuel, I do have the 8 gallons, and I do have the bag, so I guess that equals a person, realistically. I'll have to do the math on it. Ugh. I could not climb. Me and Justice were supposed to go for a flight, but I should have got out here an hour earlier or something. I don't mind. The density altitude is not that big of an issue, guys, but I don't have a lot of areas, you know, if this was all just nothing but fields, which it mostly is once you're flying. But, you know, obviously your danger zone is your departure, you know, and it really blows my mind that I wasn't able to climb that well. So now I get to review the footage. You guys already know, but now I'll have to look at the footage and see how this lasted. If you follow me on YouTube, Saturday morning, I will put just a post on YouTube. You can do like a post, and I will say I'm going or I'm not going.
As well, I'm on the ground, and everything's still tight. Obviously, I was focused more on flying than I was to look at this. But everything seemed good. I didn't feel anything shifting around while I was flying. But one thing I couldn't help but to notice is that, number one, I'm pouring sweat. I had a real hard time getting off the ground, and I'm sure you saw that, but I couldn't, I mean, it took off and then it landed again, and I was full power, producing 6,300, which is where I'm normally producing. It's not an engine thing, it's a density altitude thing right now. You know, once you're up there, that's one thing, but obviously the critical time of flight is the takeoff. We were gonna go on a flight. Unfortunately, Justice, we're not going. Are you okay with that, buddy?
Nah, you gotta, no, I'm joking.
Yeah, just do it anyways. Well, we came up with the math on this. This is 63 pounds worth of stuff, and I am full of fuel, 10 gallons. So, you know, we've got 18 gallons, 10 usable. But yeah, so that was pretty disappointing, mainly because I wanted to go with him today, and we were gonna go, his brother's working at a job like 15 miles from here outside. So we were gonna go kind of buzz them, but Justice weighs like 110, 115 pounds. So I just don't, again, if I had nothing but fields on the other end of the runway, I would be good with it. But as you guys see, when I'm taking off, it's trees down there and the wind is coming from the south. So yeah, anyways, I think it's gonna work. I don't know about Ardmore. I don't know about Oklahoma, especially after that flight. It has nothing to do with that, the load. It has everything to do with just how hot it is. It's so hot that the plane just doesn't want to fly. But yeah, so if you subscribe for that, and for some reason I don't go, I still might go. It just depends on the density, altitude, and the winds. The winds are the big thing. I am not doing, I don't know why, I am not doing 21 knots, or 21 knot of tailwind there. That's not the biggest issue, although it's kind of odd because in the Challenger, the 21, the wind is actually from the southeast. So I would actually be flying kind of like this the whole time. And it kind of tends to, like, for me, it gets me a little bit of motion sickness. But the problem isn't really going there and hauling butt there. That'd be fun, right? I got to come back. And so one thing I haven't done yet is I didn't even look at Sunday mornings, because if I end up staying the night there and then I wake up and there's 20-mile-an-hour headwind still, then I kind of defeated the purpose. So I'm going to put a video of that on here too at the end. We'll go home and get on the iPad before I make this video. So anyways, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, comment. Guys, it's free. It's absolutely free to just hit like, and if you hit like, it hits the algorithm better, and we can get more people here kind of doing what we're doing. And if this is something you're interested in, or you have any questions, feel free to comment down here, and try to get anything I can answered for you. And now I'm going to jump over to the house on the iPad. One more thing before we leave. I'm going to have to pull some of my lift kit out of here. So I'll probably just take out I normally fly with this one and this foam one. So this is the back seat. So I'll probably just take that out and put it back in the back seat. I didn't want any fuel or anything to spill on it, but I'm actually switching that out. I have Mike from the factory is sending me the hard seat for that. But anyways, I was just up here hitting my head a little bit right here at the headset, and I don't want to be uncomfortable that way too, but I also don't want to be uncomfortable while I'm flying. So and then back here obviously it's 3 also. That's from the Kit Fox, from Ray's Kit Fox, and then that's the back seat, and then this one I see up front. So I'm gonna end up taking that out and switching that up before I end up going, if I end up going on this trip. But also to point out, we're definitely doing trips. We're definitely gonna be doing trips. It's just it might not be this weekend because of the heat and the winds. So anyways, all right, now to the house of the iPad. All right guys, well now I'm in the comfort of my home, and I'm looking at the Ardmore Airport. Saturday at it looks like there's going to be rain showers now. The ceiling drops down to 5,000. Not too big of a deal, but this is Texas. It can develop into more. So let's see. It shows the wind, somewhat low. It keeps it under 8 and under, but that's surface winds. So let's look at our route. So we got the my airport, Vakamu. Be stopping up there to get fuel if I go. And then all the way up to Ardmore, and I'd be doing it probably, I don't know, probably 2,000 to 2,500 for safety. Right now it's at 16, and that's still above what I would like to do. So the other thing we can do is check our when we leave roughly. Now this isn't there's no science to this. Well, I mean there is science to it, but it's not always accurate. So let's do this. Let's change the route, the opposite direction coming home, and let's change it to let's say 2 in the afternoon. Looks like the winds go down then. We'll do the flight at yeah, that's not too bad. Go to 2,000 feet. So the flight back's not too bad as of right now, so we'll just have to wait and see. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted. I'll do a post on here whether I go or not, probably on Saturday morning. Thanks, guys.